Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 2007 Toyota Camry XLE V6. So this is it. Got rid of Old Clanky and upgraded in the process on more ways than one. So it's not new, it's an 07 like I had said. I'm sorry for the wind noise right now. I'll just try to speak louder than usual. Because obviously, like I said, it's an 07 at this time of recording. The car is almost 9 years old at the time of this recording, so it has some little paint splotches and things and shit like that. Here's a little ding on the bumper here. Okay, this is, it's got the fog lights down over there. Couple little scratches and that. Otherwise the body is intact. There's one ding here, you know, and this here also. You can see it's like bashed in over there, but whatever. They're like alloy wheels and that. You got this nice scuff here, but it is new Yick, so what are you gonna do? And we also have this crack in the lens here, but whatever. And this side is also, for the most part, intact. So let's go and open the hood. That's right, she's a 6. This Camry was also equipped with a 4-cylinder, which was, instead of the 2GR FE engine, it was the 2AZ FE. That engine is the same one that was used in Old Clanky. And there's no fucking chance that I was going to have that again. So when I had this available to me and it was a V6, I jumped on it because the V6s are not as susceptible to those type of problems. The only problem with having a 6 in a sedan that also is offered in a 4-cylinder is the fact that they don't make the engine compartment any bigger for the 6. So they kind of have to shoehorn this in and bang out the wheel well, and you know, just to make it fit. And if you look here, there's really not any damn clearance to work on it. But you know, when you go for the upgraded cars, you go for the upgraded repair bills as well. Under hood, everything is otherwise pretty well intact. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. You got your oil dipstick as usual, like cars today. It is not equipped with the transmission dipstick. They just felt that wasn't necessary anymore, and most cars like that don't have that kind. I guess something fell out over here because there's a big open area, so I don't know what the hell that's about. Brake booster, all that kind of stuff. And the stupid beauty cover, you can actually just pop this right off. It's got a pop, and pop. Comes off to reveal the engine and the front 3 spark plugs. They're coil-on plug on this one, and your plastic intake, which of course you have to disassemble all that to get to the back 3 plugs and all that. Mileage on this is at 59,000 and change, so it hasn't even hit 60,000 just yet, but probably will over the next week. There's not much else to see here except to, of course, start it up, but we're going to get to that later on. Now, being that this is kind of the higher end XLE model, it has features I didn't want, but there's only so many things that I can do as far as that's concerned. You got to pick and choose your battles here. Like I got this goblin over my shoulder here. But anyway, so it has the keyless entry, it's got the remote start, but unfortunately it also has the mechanical key, and that means it's push button ignition. There's only so much you can do regarding that. So it is kind of a nice feature in that I don't have to do anything but just approach the car and touch the handle just like that. I don't even have to hit the button, and it's unlocked, and we can go inside and sit on down. So it does have the leather interior. And it has the faux wood grain inserts on everything. There may be a little lighter wood grain than I would have liked. And they are on the door panels as well. Like I said, this car does have some wear from being a number of years old, so the interior wear is limited to the paint scratched off of that. This ripple in the vinyl on the door, I don't know what the hell that's about. I guess your elbow is always there when you drive or something. And on the steering wheel, there's some very light wear right over there and over here. You can see that kind. Other than that, things are pretty well intact. So when you get in, pretty much all you get is a flashing security light that you see right there. And it does have the dreaded, if I can get the camera in here, push button start. The screen on the camera is in the way. There we are. It does have the dreaded push button start. The way it works is just like a standard key, in that when you press it once, it will go to the accessory mode. That would be the first click of the key. Again, would go to the on or run position where everything on the dash lights up. And once again, would turn it back off. In order to start it, you have to step on the brake. So, first things first, when you go and press the button to go into accessory mode, you're going to hear a motor sound from the steering wheel, which unlocks it. Right now it's locked, as you see. And that's the sound, and now the wheel is unlocked. And obviously it's not running, so it can't be turned very easily. Otherwise, the layout is fairly simple. Your mirror controls left and right, up, down. Door locks, standard stuff. This has auto up as well as auto down. Steering wheel mounted controls, as we kind of just glanced upon. Radio, you can go between your settings and presets and stuff like that. The mode will turn it off or turn it on. You can go AM, FM, satellite, all that. This is for the Bluetooth phone, as well as this button here. We'll go over that a little bit later. The temperature settings, unfortunately, are also not mechanical controls. They're fully electronic. Another feature I didn't want, but it just happened to be here, so I'm stuck with it. So you can adjust the temperature up and down, turn it off, or just put it on automatic. And the DISP, or display button, is for the display panel on the dash. Nothing to really go over with your turn signal in that. This also has the fog lights, as I showed you before. And over here is just your standard wiper, washer type signal stalk there. Radio, it has an in-6 disc CD changer, which makes all sorts of really cool sounds when it loads a disc. It does support satellite, but you had to have a satellite module and, of course, a subscription for it. The only feature this car does not have is navigation. But every other feature that was available for this car is here, including the heated seats. So I have that kind as well. This also has the 6-speed automatic. They're all equipped with 6 speeds, but this has the sport shifter, where you can put it over into drive and then over to S for, I guess, sport, and shift up and down. And there's actually a little display panel on the dash for that as well. You'll notice there is no e-brake, emergency brake, parking brake, and that's simply because they went and put it over there as a pedal on the floor, and you just push on, push off on that. And for the most part, that's the interior. We'll just go over a couple other little stupid things. This is the mirror. Oh, there's me. So there's the mirror. There's a light on it that goes out when you go to shut the thing. Like that kind. You could put CDs or whatever in there. And just like every other 2007 Camry out there, that doesn't work. And you kind of have to play with it and open it all the way and put it all the way back, and then it stays. You got your garage door opener thing. It has red lights and all that. Sunglasses, which happen to be in there. the controls here for, yes, the sunroof, which is here. Yoda calls it the moonroof. Obviously, have your handle. Anybody who's had one of these or seen it, it's your standard issue sunroof. Nothing fancy whatsoever with that. So I guess we'll just try the radio out. Let me go find something on the FM dial and we'll play with that for a moment, and then I'll show you the other features and we'll go from there. Here is New York 104.3, and I'll run you all the way through the volume. We'll stop there for a moment. As promised, the CD player makes all sorts of really cool sounds. And also when you load the disc, you do have to press load, and it tells you to wait. And then insert. And this is some Billy Joel. This also is the premium JBL audio. Beg my pardon. 6 speakers. You have 2 tweeters in the dash for all you texties out there. 2 in the door on either side, and of course in the rear shelf, which you can't see in the rear view mirror. But while we're here, we'll mention it does have the compass built in. The mirror is auto dimming at night. It has the auto button on it kind, and also has the outdoor heated mirrors on the side. So that's also kind of a nice feature in that. This car does have an onboard assistant, sort of, just for the phone. You can hook up Bluetooth with your phone just to talk through the radio kind. I don't have a phone because I don't have that kind, and I don't have the Bluetooth on that. I have it on my tablet rated, but it don't like that kind. You can't play music through it. It's just for the phone. So it's sort of a vestigial organ. Just in the event I ever get one, I will record right now for posterity the built-in or the pre-recorded phones in that. So we'll just hit the little button here for the, I guess I'll call her Tiri instead of Siri because it's a Toyota. Setup.
Setup. Please push the talk switch and say security or phone setup.
Phone setup.
Phone setup. Push the talk switch and say pair phone, select phone, change name, list phones, set passkey, or delete. No phone.
List phones.
List phones. To select a name, push
now it
the talk
records little
switch during
sound
the name
bites.
playback.
Matt's cell phone. That was me setting up Matt's.
Meryl's cell phone.
And look.
Raina's cell phone. Meryl's phone. Meryl's cell. Mark's cell. List phones complete.
So obviously there was a lady who was named Meryl that drove this car.
Canceled.
And that's all in there. It also does have some contact numbers in there, but for the sake of the interwebs, I'm going to leave that out. But it actually does display the numbers there, and they did not delete them. So now your car records information about you as well as your computer. So when you get rid of your car or crash it while you were texting, you should always make sure to shoot the radio or something so it gets erased. Anyway, we'll go and just go over a couple other little stupid things here. You got your cup holder. It has little fold-downy things with rubbery things as well. This is removable in case you have bigger stuff. And then it just fits back in like that. Over here, you have the thing. I haven't programmed the actual car opener right here yet. I haven't had the time, so I just used the one I had out of Old Clanky. And over here is a 12-volt socket, which I keep this little rechargeable flashlight that looks like it probably isn't charging in there for one reason or another, and I can't seem to turn it. There we go. Pretty dead at this point. It's supposed to charge up. I got to take it in and see what's going on with it. It's pretty old at this point, but I figured I'd just keep it here. And in the secret compartment is where you store the the stash. That opens up, and in here is a wiring fakakta mess of my old MP3 player. There is a cigarette lighter, adapter, socket thing, and your aux in for the radio. I have an interesting problem with that, which I will make a separate video on, and there is also a little knockout plate on the right side that you can run the cables out to go into that little pocket there. So that way you could leave your phone in that or something instead of in here. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's only on the right side.